grade 5, I'm back. So in this video, we will be discussing about comparing and ordering decimals. Is it the same with regards to whole numbers and fractions, or is it different? Earlier this week, we learned how to read and write and the place value of decimals. So, for this time, in this video, we will discover how to compare and order decimals. Do we follow the same rule with the whole numbers, or does it have a different rule? Now, let's try an example. Let's compare 6 and 7,089 10,000s and 6 and 709 thousandths, or 6.7089 and 6.709. That's easier. So compare them. So if for it to be easier, you compare them, you write them from top and bottom. So you can just align each digit accordingly, so it will be easier to compare. So let's start from the digit on the left. So that is the whole number, that is 6. So look at both digits, 6. They are underlined and typed in bold. So they are the same. That means we cannot compare yet and go forward towards the right. So the next digit is 7. So both of them have the same digits again. And the next digit is 0. Both are the same again. And the next digits are different. So first is we have 8, and the second one at the bottom has 9. So common sense, which is greater, 8 or 9? So 9 is greater, 8 is lesser. Therefore, we will stop at that point. We can say that 6 and 789 10,000ths is less than 6 and 700 or 7,090 10,000ths. Okay, or 6.7089 is less than 6.7090 because they differ in the thousandths place value. One has 8, the other has 9. So that's how you compare decimals. Let's have another example. We have here, I'll just read it is in the easy way, 123.61 and 123.567. So notice that the first number has only 2 digits in the decimal places, only 61, but the other has 3, 567. So in order to solve this easily, you should have a balance or same number of digits. Since 123.61 lacks 1 digit, so we just add 0, annex 0 after 1. So then we will write it as 123.610. Okay, so it doesn't affect the value of the number actually because 0 is already on the last part, on the far right. And the other is 123.567. Now, let's compare the digits from the left. We have 1, so they are the same. Another 2, the same. 3, the same. And the next digit after the decimal point in the tenths place are different. We have 6 and we have 5. So, 6 is greater than 5. We know that. Therefore, 123.610 is greater than 123.567. So that's easy. Now let's go to ordering decimals. So remember, ascending is least to greatest, descending is greatest to least. Okay, so let's try the first example. Arrange the following decimals in ascending order. So least to greatest. We have 5.089, 50.890, 5.0089, and 500.0089. So you need to be very careful in arranging these numbers. You should look at the digits one by one. So what should we do is the same as when we compared earlier. Look at the numbers first on the whole numbers. So it's easy. Like the whole numbers here, 5, 50, that's before the decimal point. 5, 50, 5, and 500. So ascending, common sense, that 5 is the least of all. So there are two 5s. We have 5.089 and 5.0089. So you compare the digits. We have 5, they're the same. After the decimal point, they have the same 0. And then the next is 8, and the next is 0. So which is least? Which is lesser? So that's 0. So we should write 5.0089. After that is 5.089. And then we have 50.890 because it's already 50, the whole number. And the next, the greatest whole number is 500.0089. So if the whole number is obviously different, like you can easily see the greatest and the least, you just write them automatically. You do not need to look at the decimals. But if they have the same whole number, then that's the time that you will look at the decimal places one by one. So let's try another set of numbers. Still, you will arrange them in ascending order. We have 0.0239, 0.00239, 0.1, and 0.04599. So look at the whole numbers. All of them have 0. So that means we need to proceed to the decimal places. So they have 0, 0, 1, and 0. So that's in the 10th place. So the smallest, of course, is 0. So there are 3 zeros. So you need to compare them. The next place, the 100th place, 2, 0, and 4. So which is lesser? Obviously, it's 0. So you write it first, 0 or 0.00239. Next number should be 2. So 0.0239. The next one is 0.04599, and the greatest number is 0.1 since the number in the 10th place is 1. It's greater than 0. That is another example. Now let's try in the opposite arrangement. Let's arrange these numbers in descending order from greatest to least. We have 3.49, 3.498, 3.149, and 3.4. Okay, so let's try. So the greatest number, by looking at the whole number, all of them have 3. Then let's go to the hundreds or 10th place. So 3 of them have number 4. So 4, 4, 4, and the other is 1. So since we will arrange this from greatest to least, so 4 is greater than 1. Now let's compare the 3 numbers with 4 in the 10th place. So next is 9, 9, and then 0. Remember, you should annex or add 0 when the number of digits is lower. So 0, automatically 9 is greater. There are 2 9s. And then let's have the next digit. One has 8, the other has none. Automatic 0, annex 0. So 8 is greater than 0. So that is the greatest number. So we have 3.498, and then 3.49, 3.4, and 3.149. Okay, let's have the last example. So let's arrange again these numbers in descending order. So we have 700.08, 700.088, 700.008, and 700.800. So again, look at the whole numbers first. Afterwards, go one by one in the decimal places. So from greatest to least in descending order, our first number should be 700.800, followed by 700.088, then 700.08, and the last is 700.008. So that was, I'm sure that was a little bit confusing, but you can just review this video again until you finally understand the concept of arranging or ordering decimals. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson and see you in the next one.